action-packed race. This week it'll be Kansas in the Xfinity cars, as they just finished up qualifying. And I want to make sure I got everything in order here for this evening, as we're still trying to work out a few kinks on how to get a few things done prior to the race. I always send my apologies out to everyone for that, but I promise I will get there, and we'll get it right. It's not too big of a deal, but like I said, we'll be taking on Kansas in the Xfinity cars. Last week they had Talladega in the Cup cars. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get that one on the air, but Hollywood was the winner of that race. And we're going to get over here, edit our video up a tad, and I want to send out a well-being thing here for our buddy Skew Car. He was kind of in the line of that hurricane that went through Florida, so he was in Central Florida area, so I wanted to give a shout out to him. Hope everything's okay. Haven't really heard from him since the storm hit his area, so hopefully it's just some power outage, cell service is down, and that kind of thing's affecting him right now. But yeah, we're just waiting for these guys to get ready here for us, and we do have a stream tonight to watch, so we won't be left in the dark about what's going on tonight. If I can get it pulled up here. I'm having some issues here. I feel like someone's grandpa trying to run this laptop. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're just waiting on these fellas to get going here this evening. As right now I believe they're taking a little qualifying to race break, as we do have 10 guys in here. Typical did take the pole, as his stream goes off as I'm looking at the qualifying order. So while he does that, let me go fix my notifications. Alright, they won't have to tell me to join. Alright. Once again, everybody keep Skew Car in your thoughts from the hurricane aftermath. Hopefully everything's good for him. So we got 10 guys in the field tonight, going to take on Kansas Xfinity here in Ruthless Racing Series. Typical is going to take the pole tonight, followed by Hollywood. Then Lando Extendo making a race debut here in third. Jump on down to Anxious Yeti taking fourth. Fifth will go to Jared. Sixth to Trav Nation. Seventh to Stinty Renthouse. And then eighth down to Animal Shepherd. Did not qualify. Will round up the field 10th. Okay, so we're getting everything okay, let's try to get the let's try to get everything lined out here. Look at see if I can get to find the points here. Season 1 standings. Alright, after Talladega, we have Hollywood in first with 54 points. Typical with 49 in second. Yeti third, 47. Redneck in fourth with 44. Fifth to Snake Eyes with 42. Travis with 40, Elvis with 40, and Shepard with 40, all tied for 6th. Jared will be, I guess, in 8th or 9th with 38. Lando with 35, who I guess also raced at Dega. And then Gas Hauler in rounding up the points there with 26. And as we get in this season well underway, race number 2 here tonight. As we're just waiting to see what's going on, as we'll be taking on the Kansas Lottery 300. And before this race gets started, I'd like to remind everybody, please check out the description, as we do have a Humble Bundle link there in the description. You go in there and pick video game bundles, and you can donate part of your purchase to charity, or to whoever's supporting the link. I'm not quite sure the full details on that, but I do know that Humble Bundle and your purchase does go to helping charity. And also, if you're looking for any tickets to any future or upcoming events and you want to use SeatGeek, don't forget to use code SKEWCAR at checkout. That is SKEWCAR, all capitalized, at checkout. For your first purchase, you will get $20 off. So that's mostly taxes and fees right there that you wouldn't have to pay otherwise. So there's some savings there in the description for you all. And as always, I always appreciate everyone here watching at Ruthless Racing Series, all the skew car community and so forth. As right now I'm just waiting for that join message, as it will be 100 laps from Kansas in the Xfinity cars. Here at Ruthless Racing, we try to do something a little different. We try to incorporate all series into the season, and I think we're going to do that until we possibly get that NASCAR update, everybody. NASCAR Heat 5 update. Sorry, excuse me. That everybody keeps talking about. And if we do get that update with the next gen style cars and stuff like that, we will be going solely to the Cup Series for the remainder of the season. As I do see we got some people joining. I really appreciate everybody that stops by and watches the videos. But tonight we're going to see 10 guys take off here at Kansas. And we're going to see how they get it done. 100 laps. Excuse me, as I have seemed to have dropped the controller. Okay, so a shaky start for me. Hopefully it's a little better for those guys out there on the track. As I'm going to take a quick pause here, and hopefully we're about to get this green flag dropped. Alright, Ruthless Racing Series, we're about to get started. Alright, Ruthless Racing Series, we're about to get going here at Kansas Xfinity. as it will be 100 laps here for 10 drivers as they take on this mighty Central American racetrack. Very high line friendly track as we're getting here to the action. And don't forget, check out those codes and links down in the description to save a little money and help creators like Skew Car in their journey to become a YouTube star. Also, please keep Skew Car in your thoughts, as I know the hurricane went right through his area, and so we hope all the best for him and his family during this time. And I guess the race hadn't started yet. Here we go. We're about to go green as they come up to the restart zone here at Kansas. Typical will be leading off this fiasco as he doesn't get quite going. 16's able to jump around and take the lead early right off the start. One sliding down in the infield already as they come around turn number 1 for the first time. Typical kind of dropped back there on that start, and sorry, that was Lando that jumped out there to that lead in the 68 car. As you can see, everybody's kind of staying that mid to high line there. That high groove is the preferred groove here at Kansas Motor Speedway, or Kansas Speedway. I'm not quite sure. But that 68 looking strong here is that 11 is right behind him there of Hollywood. The numbers are different in the different series, obviously, and kind of got to get a second to get used to that. But we are on lap number 2 here as they come through turn 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4, I apologize. Rough night already. As we got some good action here between Lando and Hollywood early on in this race. Get some of that close quarter panel to bumper action here. Lando way up there on that wall. Oh, and he gets some of that wall on the way down the backstretch. Hollywood to the inside. Lando's going to have to lose a spot, possibly lose another one here to the 6 of Anxious Yeti as he works himself to the inside. Lando able to get the preferred groove and out there on turn 4 as we go back to together. As always, I appreciate everybody watching. Alright, so we got the bots, Sorry everybody, get the bots out of there. Alright, so we're still on board here. Lando and Hollywood kind of pulling away. Jared having a little bit of issues here. Here's the one of Trav Nation. He's right behind Yeti there. As they're going to try to work a little bit together, I'm sure, here to catch those top 2. As they've seemed to really jump out to quite the lead. But they have Typical coming up on them. Maybe they'll use a little 3 car train here possibly. No, he's going to go to the outside of Travis here coming to the line. Typical's got that little bit of pull off the 6 of Yeti up in front of him. As Typical is also running that very high line that you see Lando utilize. Yeti kind of loses it, gets a little tight there in the mid-turn. As I believe... I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, so Typical gained 2 spots right there. On the 6 and the 1 of Yeti and Travis, as he is now making up some ground to get up to these leaders. That little bit of speed from the 8 is going to help pull that 6. The 1 just needs to tag in there, make this a 5-car race here in a couple of laps. Lando, you can see, is kind of dropping the pace off of Hollywood in that 11. And so we might have a 4-car train here, not for long, to try to catch that leader of Hollywood. As there is 22 laps in this stage, and I'm sure there'll be a pit. 8 gets up in the wall, touched it a little bit there in 3 and 4. I forgot to mention that, but he did do so, allowing Yeti and Travis to get around him. Yes, everything. I was actually mentioned earlier, everybody, and thanks for joining, by the way. I believe he was a part of that, kind of in the path of that hurricane, and probably no power, hoping for the best scenario in that bad situation. And hopefully he'll be back around in a couple days, and hopefully back around to catch some of the action. Alright, I got Miss Helms coming over to the stream. Trav Nation in the house. A loyal supporter of Travis's racing. Has been a supporter about in every race I have commentated of Travis's. You're always a welcome viewer here. As we've been on typical for a moment, as we got the Hollywood out here still just cruising, trying to find the great separation. Those guys behind him just don't seem to be able to figure it out. As Lando's still kept some separation on him. The 6 of Yeti racing hard with typical door to door back through there. As we'll go back in the field here, got the 19 of Jared making his way around. Not quite sure where he is. There's the 1 of Trav Nation, 8 of Stenhouse, we'll call him. There's the 22 of Animal. And the 7 of Crazy Redneck. And the 0 of Shepherd. And then we're back up here to typical. Finally got up to the door of that 68. Looking for an inside move here in turn 1 and 2. Lando's going to have that upper preferred groove, but the 808's going to be able to put the slide job on him. Lando's going to go back to the inside down the back stretch. Can he get it done? I don't think he can. There's just too much abrasiveness up there on that top side. Lando will get the better entry right here. Will he try to pull the slide job on the exit? He's going to go up, not going to have the room. He's going to lose some speed. He's going to allow the 6 and the 1 of Yeti and Travis to catch up to the bumper of that 68. So had some good racing going on there for that second position, as that will allow 2nd through 5th to line back up in some sort of way. Front 2 using the high side, back 2 using the low side. And that's kind of where we are right now. Hollywood, as you can see, has put the separation on the field. He's about half a turn ahead. But I think that 8's got some speed for him if he can get up there. There's a 68. Started off real strong. Has lost 2 positions since that restart of the race here. Or the start of the race, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. I've missed having you in my chats. I'm glad someone missed my commentating. Thank you so much. As since we got Trav Nation in the house, we're going to put it on him here, as he is in 5th position in that All-State Auto Parts and Service Group 1 car. It's good to see the man in a Chevrolet. Listen to that baby purr. As Travis is kind of utilizing that middle high line, as you can see once the tires start to give, you will slide up into the apex or peak of that turn. But Travis is an experienced driver, and I believe he'll handle it well. As he's got 2 fighting right up here in front of him, Yeti and Lando, as he might be trying to sneak a position or so. So we got some guys strung out around the track. Looks like we got a couple coming out of 2 and a few going across the line into 1 right now. As we got some good door-to-door here between Typical and Hollywood. I'm not quite sure what caused this battle to come forth, but I told you I thought Typical would have some speed for him here. And as you can see, Hollywood's trying to work it, gets up into the wall a little bit. 08's got to avoid him, so he's going to lose a little bit of speed there, as Hollywood just lost a little bit of control. As we'll go to our new and improved overhead cam here. As always, thanks to everybody watching. Please share like, subscribe, hit the bell if you haven't for Anxious Yeti. He likes when people hit the bell. As we got a good battle up here. Oh, I'm sorry. Got a good battle up here in the front. As we'll go to our broadcast view. As you can see, the 11's going to take that high side. The 08's not able to complete the slide job. Oh, Hollywood's able to get in front of him. Forgot to grab a water. We got Hollywood still holding on to that lead. We got a car kind of behind here. He's in the view of those leaders there. As you can see him just now crossing the line. Not quite sure who that is. We go from Lando's view as he's got a view of that battle up front there. As you can see it. As I think Typical was able to finish the move. He was. He got the slide job on him. We see it from Travis's view there from the back. Hollywood's going to try to give it back to him. Let's see if he can get it done. You can see that side-by-side racing. Preferred Groove just got it up there on the high side. I think Hollywood lost a little bit. It's going to allow Typical to get quite the lead. Is that going to hurt him here? Lando's still hot and heavy on his trail. There's only 2 laps remaining in the stage. Sorry, 1 lap. This time by, they will be taking the white flag to the stage. And we'll see Hollywood messed up just a little bit there in turn 3. Allowed Typical to get quite the lead on him, as I don't believe he's going to be able to have the time to catch him before stage number 1 ends, as they still have 6 laps of fuel remaining, most of these guys. Tires might be an issue, making those last to the end of a longer stage. You can see Typical go through turn 1 more time here in the final stage. The 22 of Animal, I believe, is kind of slow in turn 1. Kind of gets up into the traffic. Hollywood's got to go around him down the back stretch. So that was a little odd. As you got Typical is going around for the final time in stage number 1. And it will be Typical as your stage 1 winner, followed by Hollywood. And there's a wreck at the line after everybody goes through between the 6-1 and the 68. That's Lando, Travis, and Yeti. Alright, we got Typical taking that stage, followed by Hollywood, Lando, Yeti, and Trav Nation. Rounding up the top 10 was Rent House, Crazy Redneck, Jared, Animal, and Shepherd. Animal and Shepherd both go a lap down that stage, so one will get the pass-through or wave around. And, or the lucky dog. Maybe the other get the wave around. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, that was your stage 1 here, Ruthless Racing Series on YouTube, as this is the second race of the regular season from Kansas and the Xfinity cars. As we get ready for stage number 2. It's Typical. Did not have a good start at the start of the race, so we'll see how this restart treats them. As we line them up one more time for stage number 2 action here in Ruthless Racing Series from Kansas and the Xfinity cars. And they're off. Another time, Lando going to go back to the inside, catching for that same success as he did at the beginning of the race. I believe the gears of the 08 just aren't quite up to restart speed, as it's 3 wide already going into turn number 1 and 2. As the 11's not able to hang on to that speed, but he's able to even out, come back out in third. Door to door down the back stretch. 08's going to take the lead. 68 down low. Not got enough room to clear it up high. He's going to stay down low. Got a couple fall on him as he goes. Most of the field to the high side as they come around for lap number 1 here in stage number 2. 19 laps in this stage. And Typical will lead the first lap, as Hollywood's right there, as you seen him have that abundance of speed in the beginning of the race. But Typical was able to chase him down and kind of take this to the checkered flag. But Hollywood did kind of slip up there in turn 3. Got Door bumping down the back stretch. Not sure if somebody got put into the wall. I'm not quite sure. I'm looking though. Don't seem like anybody got knocked out there. As we'll go through the front view. Once again, thanks for everybody watching. This is stage number 2 from Kansas and the Xfinity cars right here on Ruthless Racing Series YouTube channel. And please check out those links in the description to save a little bit of money on future events or anything to deal with gaming through the Humble Bundle. A few nice deals on there, and they'll help creators like SKUCar and charities through the Humble Bundle. And that SeatGeek is good for $20 off your first ever purchase through SeatGeek. But right now we're back to the action. 16 laps remaining here. 15 at the line, as Hollywood's a little loose off too, but he's able to hold on. As you can see him catch that slipstream, he's coming right up to that bumper, and he's going to give him that bump. He's going to have to stay in that gas if he don't want to get on that wall. Good driving there by Hollywood to keep it off the wall. As we'll try to go to our new and improved overhead camera to catch a little bit of this action. Hollywood catching that stream once again in that 11 car. That 08 just can't seem to shake him once he gets back up in that air. Seems Hollywood has a really good entrance there, but he's too afraid to stay in the throttle. He's afraid that maybe he'll get into the rear end of that 08, slow him down, and just help the 08 in the end. As you can see, Hollywood's using that little bit of a lower line, tries to get up and get a little bit of air off that quarter panel. Is not going to be able to do it, as that high line is preferred on the exit here at Kansas. It's just that abrasiveness of the track is just too good for those tires to get the better run whenever you're coming off that turn. As you can see, the bumper up here as the rest of the field's kind of stuck together. Lando seems to have found some kind of issue. As you can see, these are the guys that are racing for that top 5 spots, 3rd through 5th. As we'll get right here. We got another one, a part of the action. That's Renhouse in that 8 car. Oh, seems like one has fallen back, possibly. Oh, we got a wreck in turn number 1. Oh no, the 0's around of Shepard. He collects Redneck in the 7. That's definitely going to be a caution. We'll have to check that one out. I got that one on the stream. Oh no, we got Trav Nation parked it. It's unfortunate. Well, maybe we'll see him come through on the stream here. As still waiting to see what's going to go on. Yes, we do have a caution thrown, as the 8 has slowed down. So we have brought the field down to a caution here. 8 laps out of 19 here in stage number 2. Oh, the leader goes around under caution. That's funny. For typical. Yes, we do manual cautions. This is not a game-initiated caution. If there is 2 or more cars in an accident, we will call our own caution. As right now, as you can see, Shepard is going to go get one of those laps back, and we'll see how that plays out for him. As typical, I believe, is spun out of the lead. I believe they're going to call it that he spun out of the lead. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, everybody, please check out that description for some of those deals. Check out any other videos that you would like to check out. As we got everybody going down here for service. I'm sure everybody's going to get them 4 Goodyear tires and some Sunoco fuel. And this pit stop is brought to you by SKUCar. Use code SKUCar on SeatGeek for $20 off your first order. Oh, and pit road carnage continues. We've got some guys coming off pit road, some guys just now getting on. And see, Redneck came out in the lead this time. So he's going to be the one leading us to green. Poor Travis, man, he's rough on those engines. He blows up more engines. Never mind. Yes, that's unfortunate, Trav. You actually had fans in here tonight. Even gave me a compliment, and then you go and do that to everybody. So unfortunate. Alright, so hopefully we'll be going green this time, Bob. I believe all the field's caught up and everybody's got service and good to go. As they got 4 freshies and some fuel, possibly. Maybe no fuel. We might see a good fast run here from these cars. As Crazy Redneck in that 7 will be taking us green this time by, as we take it around 3 and 4 for the final time under caution. Alright, so I believe everybody's here to go as we got 9, as they will count it down this time as they hit that yellow mark in the restart zone. They will be taking off. It'll be 3, 2, 1, go for the field. It is a restart. Crazy Redneck off to a good start there, as he's got Renthouse in the 8 right out to his outside. Hollywood in 3rd, Yank Shetty in 4th. Got the 22 of Animal right there hanging around in 5th. Typical kind of overtook him there for 5th. This is 11's going to pull a slide job in between the 2 of 7 and the 8. 11's going to take the lead. 6 to the inside, 3 wide down the backstretch into turn number 3. Back door to door at the 8 of Typical is way up there. Trying to get it done. 3 wide here in 3 and 4. Yeti holding it hard down there on the bottom. 22 almost loses it coming out of there. As the 8 of Typical and Hollywood had really amazing restarts there. Hey, Travis did get a top 10 tonight. You can't shake that from him. Thanks to everybody who is tuning in and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for Yank Shetty, the driver of that number 6 orange car that is in 3rd position. And here comes Typical on the bumper of the 11. Familiar face there in the rear view of Hollywood, as Typical was able to chase him down and take stage number 1. As we are going to be taking 10 to go here. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's 12 out of 19 laps here in stage 1 as they're door-to-door coming out of 2. 11's able to get that preferred high line, as I was mentioning earlier. If you have that high line door-to-door, you will most likely come out with that lead. If someone pulls a slide job on you, I hope you have it in you to go back inside and cross them over. As Typical wasn't able to get it done there, as I'm sure he's trying to set Hollywood up, wear those tires out for him a little bit, and make that move later on in the stage. As they come to the line this time by 7 to go, 6 at the line. Yes, Yeti's looking absolutely amazing in that long run. As you can see, that 6 car back in the bumper of these rear view of these leaders, as 68 of Lando Extendo back there trying to chase him down. As here comes the slide job attempt again, but he's going to be able to clear him. The 11's not going to be able to have that preferred line of momentum, but he's still going to have the high line here, I believe. He's not going to get the slide job in this corner unless he pulls it off right here at the last second. He's going to snap it up there. He does. The 11's going to have to go low to avoid him a little bit, but he's just going to lose a tad bit of speed down the backstretch. He's going to go back to the inside, as Hollywood's going to try to pull the slide job just back. He gets around him. He gets around him in 3 and 4. He's got up on the high side. The 08 is not letting go of that quarter panel as he's got that side draft coming to the line, but Hollywood's going to retain the lead this time. But no, maybe the 08 got him there. I can't quite tell, but he did take the lead after the line. As they're door-to-door, bumper-to-bumper once again. Hollywood's way up there on that wall running that Larson line. And dang, that 08 of Typical is looking real strong. And I mean real strong there on that bottom side. As we see them come through 3 and 4 again. Hollywood with that upward line momentum, but you can see the 08 kind of using that midline momentum to his advantage on the exit, trying to force Hollywood up against that wall real tight. That's some really good driving there by Hollywood. It's not easy to do. This is absolutely insane racing. As you can see, the 3 behind them aren't having too shabby of a battle themselves, as they're all 3 running that high line. 2 of 68 and 0 of Shepard, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, I don't have all the numbers down. Yes, Shepard in that 0. We got a little bit of bumping from the leaders here. It's going to cause those 3 behind them to catch up a little bit. Typical lost some speed. The 11's able to get around them in turn 1 and 2. So we've had some absolutely bonkers racing here for stage number 2, as they got 2 laps remaining this time by. Thanks to everybody who subscribes. I really appreciate it. Hey, JJ Forever. Jared Household, thanks. Welcome to the stream as you all are catching action from Kansas as there's one lap to go at the line in stage number 2. As it's door to door between the 08 and the 11 as they're coming by for the final to take the checkered flag for stage number 2. As you can see, that slide job's going to get the 11 once more out of 4. As they come into the line, the 08's going to take it again. They're leaning on each other hard. As you can see, this is the last lap of stage number 2. 19 of 19. Typical goes up. He's going to touch the wall. The 11's got the momentum coming out of the turn possibly. Is he going to be able to get it done coming down the backstretch? He's able to put the slide job here on him in 3 and 4. He's going to dive it hard. He's going to... Oh, he let out the fuel. He let out the fuel. I guess he didn't want to hit him. Oh, the 08's able to get the momentum on the top side. Hollywood is not going to finish the job there on that late move. Lando's going to take 3rd. Man alive. I thought Hollywood was just going to send it in there on him on turn number 2, but he didn't. So Watt Racing here. Alright, we got some people playing the NASCAR Heat Ultimate Edition Plus today out there. Supposed to be an update come for this game, and if that happens, Ruthless Racing right here on YouTube will have the full deets on that. We will go through it together. What I see for the first time is what will be on the screen. We got Christian Emmerich. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for subscribing. Project 6 tonight. Yes, sir. Project 6 has been doing some damage out here. As we're going to take it on the final stage here from Kansas Xfinity Ruthless Racing Series right here on YouTube. And we're going to go green this time by 8. Not been good on these restarts. He's door to door with the 68. 11's going to go back down, try to make it 3 wide once again. Last restart we had a crazy restart, and this time it's a little more calm than then. As there is 50 laps remaining. We will be stopping the race 1 lap short. So if there's 100 laps, the race will stop on lap 99, and then the leader will get to do a broadcasted burnout. So we're going to try to do that. A lot of cars getting loose off 4 there. I kind of seen it through the whole field. Don't know if that was a little lag issue or maybe a little glitch or something on the track there. As we'll go off the leader here, typical, as we look behind him, Lando in that 68. Kind of running back up here in second. Had a good stage 1 car. Kind of been running back there with the 3rd, 4th, 5th for stage number 2. Maybe he's found a little something different here for the back half of this race, as there will be pit stops in this part of the race. And you see Hollywood here. He's running 5th. As we'll go off his back view to get a little look at all this. Shepard down there on the left-hand side in that 0 car. Jetty's going to be able to get the momentum on the top side. So will Hollywood. 0's going to have to fall in behind, as the top 6 are fairly close to one another. As we see Rent House here in that 8 car. A lot of movement out of that car there. As you can see, that top 5 there. Oh, one goes down to the inside on the back stretch. Not quite sure what happened there. We're on the 0 Shepherds. He's running high up on that wall. Here's that high line I was talking about. You can see all the momentum he gets has to let out. As the 11 comes up and takes that spot from him, takes his momentum. And 11's going to try to jump back up and use this high line once again. 0 is right there. Oh, sorry, I had to get back here. As I see the Shepherd's trying to run that inside line, can't quite get it. And you can see that momentum take back over. As we got a good line of 4 cars here as they go to catch that. And let's talk about that Project 6 car up here in second place. Way up on the wall. 11 gets into him a little bit, touches the wall. Makes the 6 touch the wall rather. He's going to lose 3 positions there. The good old commentator's curse. So, unfortunate for Yeti there as he touches the wall and loses quite a few positions, but he's fighting right back with that 68 of Lando as they come back into 3 and 4. As most of the field should have to pit within 20 to 21 laps. If the tires make it that long, that is. Kansas is one of those tracks that's really hard on tires, and the lower you run it, the worse it is, because it just wants to pull you right up out of there, out of that turn on exit. Uses up a lot of rubber. Thanks for everybody who stopped by, and everybody please keep Skew Car in your thoughts, as I'm sure it's just dealing with some power outage down there in his region. You see that 6 again, find that concrete barrier. Someone going through the grass there. You can see Typical has ran way out there. 0 gets into the wall there. He's going to bump into the 11, not cause too much damage, but he really hurt himself there. 6 is going to have a partner to run back with. Oh, 0 up into the wall once again, as I'm not sure, he may be having a little handling issue out of that car. He's going to get right back up here with the Yeti and try to make a pass. Going to put the slide job on him, possibly on the exit here. No, he's going to keep his line. You can see Typical has ran way out here to the lead, as we'll go off the front of him and just show you how far he is. He is almost a full turn ahead of the field. As you can see him back there. This is the man in second of Hollywood. I'm not quite sure what led to this becoming so spread out, but a pit stop still imminent within around 16 laps or so. Thanks for all that support. Please like, comment, subscribe. It truly means a lot. As you can see, the 11 here is getting caught by the 68 of Lando. As Lando looked real good on the restart. And has once again found his... Oh, and hits the wall there for good measure. But Lando once again found his car here in the middle parts of the runs, kind of slowing down, I guess getting tight. As you can see, the 6 and the 0 are still having a whale of a battle back here. Battle of the wall bangers, as both of them drop positions due to touching the wall. As you can see, 0 touches that wall again. As that wall on these more worn tires, it does like to slide up there. And the Whataburger car, Project 6 of Anxious Yeti. Please hit the bell for Anxious Yeti, as he does enjoy it when people hits the bell to be notified of all the action that takes place right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Alright, so we got the 19 of Jared here. He has had a rough evening, but Kansas is a rough track. There's Travis with his blown engine. We thought it was just the Toyotas there for a while, and then the Fords, and well, once again he has lead-footed a Chevy to a rod through the block. So it's another one down for the old Trav Nation. As 0 and 6 back door to door here. Yeti's going to get that preferred. Almost loses it though out of 4. Able to clear him and reverse slide job him. Everybody likes a good old reverse slide job. Alright, we got the 22 of Animal here. There's going to be some lap traffic before long, as he is up to and into the wall. As Typical's being extra careful, as he's got a lot of space here to play with. As you can see, he is already exiting the turn there, as crossing the line as Hollywood exits the turn. So a good amount of track to make up for the rest of this field if they're wanting to catch that leader of 08 Typical. As you can see Hollywood and those tires going way up there on that wall. He opts to go down lower for the exit to avoid that. You can see some shake in that car. There's Lando in third behind Hollywood there. As got some good adequate spacing between all these drivers, and you can see the 6 and the 0 still fighting hard for that 4th and 5th position. As the 6 has been the more prominent winner of this battle. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. It's much appreciated. Hit that bell for Anxious Yeti so you don't miss any of the action right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And also post or stream a race on Tuesdays that I personally race in. It's called Left Turn Only Racing. And some of those guys also racing here, like Shep and Animal, Crazy Redneck. And Hollywood's also in there. You can see the 22 of Animal up there ahead of Hollywood. I'm going to check back on this battle here. This is most of the racing on the whole track. 6 gets up into the wall once again. But man, got the 0 going to take his pit right now. So there we got 1 down pit road, and the 6 going to win the battle for now. So hopefully he has a good pit stop here in a moment. As another one's gonna, thought he was gonna pit, but he's just gonna let the traffic around. There's Shepard and the 0 going down for his good years in Sunoco fuel in that first pit stall. And Typical still out to that really good lead. Could see most of the field come in within the next 5 laps. You see the 11 still dragging behind. Once again, this race will end on lap 99, not 100. So lap 100 will be the celebratory lap for a burnout and things of that nature. The field will just slow down to a caution pace and let the leader do their thing, and then they will cross the line in order for a final result. Alright, HMS fan, we'll see what we can do. I have to get up with Hollywood. If you wanna, I got his gamer tag right there on the screen, Hollywood-2R stats, Hollywood double RS, or I'm sorry, 2RS. Hollywood double RS is how we pronounce it. Yeah, just get up with him about league racing and stuff like that, as we should start seeing some more pit stops here. Got Lando and Yeti going around a freshly pitted car of the 8 there of Stenthouse, Stinky Renhouse, whatever we want to call him. We'll get House in there. I hope that's good enough for him. As you can see those fresh tires from that 8 car, so he starts to tick back off some of these lapped cars. It's got him lapped down here. And there's Shepard after he is pit. Still got Typical out here to a demanding lead. As you can see, Hollywood just keeps getting smaller and smaller as this run goes on, as Hollywood is a full 4.1 behind. Lando 6.4, 6.5, Anxious Yeti 8, 9 off. Could be pitting this time by. And Crazy Redneck in 5th is 20 seconds off the leader. Starting to see some more and more of these guys pit. I'm trying to get some of this pit action. He's got Anxious Yeti down the pit road right now, and he is the only one down there trying to get some service. Oh, we got one hitting the wall. The leader hit the wall coming out of 4. We missed that on screen. And there's your leader now coming through turn 1. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the description to get some deals on a Humble Bundle or SeatGeek tickets if it's your first time ever purchase using code SKUCAR. As always, everybody, and I know a lot of SKUCAR's community is comes over here and watches our Racing League and YouTube channel. So yeah, everybody just keep him in your thoughts, and hopefully everything's great with his situation. As typical, is going to be coming down to pit any of the next 2 laps. And there's the 11 already down pit road to get his service. He's got the 68 Orlando right there ahead of him. Not quite sure how that happened. Maybe spin on pit road. Getting onto pit road, rather. Here's Yeti after he's took his service. He's going to try to chase down, I believe that's Jared and Shep. And Yeti in the latter half of this race has not been real easy on that wall. Project 6 Whataburger. So he's going to make himself up here on the 19 of Jared. As we can see some of those cars coming off. Animal coming out of the pits. And now Typical is in on pit road, as we got 26 laps remaining in this race, or 25, sorry. Thanks to everybody who's came through and decided to give us a view tonight. It's Typical is now on pit road, and you can see, I'm sure he's got these guys a lap down or so, as we'll see how close Hollywood's able to get to him. Once he cycles back around. And here comes Typical right off pit road. I don't think Hollywood made up a whole great deal of time. Here we got him re-entering the track. Smooth pit transition. Smooth in, smooth out for Typical. And as you can see, Typical's already back up to speed and ahead of most of this field. He is we still got some guys on pit road that hadn't pit yet. Jared was the leader there for just a moment. Typical has taken the lead back. Shepard is only 2 seconds off of Typical, the leader now. Lando at 5 seconds, Hollywood at 9.5, and Anxious rounding up the top 5 at 9.8, almost creeping to 10 seconds back. So Shepard is the winner on that earlier pit. He did gain quite a bit of time on everybody, but we'll see if he's able to hold it off there. I think most of the guys who pit around the time Typical did just had enough to make it. So we got Typical right here is in the lead. Jared was the leader there for a moment, but he had to pit, so now he's at risk of oh no, we got a lot of lagging out of that 19. 22 laps remaining, as hopefully we get the 19 off track here. As yeah, having some lag issue there. Oh, he is doing the NASCAR Extreme, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we call NASCAR Extreme. As you can see, the 19, he is going fast, he is going slow, side to side, up and down the track, all around the track. Up high on the wall in turn number 1, NASCAR Extreme from the Menards 19 Supra. Alright, so there's Typical. He's got one coming up here on him, and that's the 8 car of Stenhouse. Stinky House. And he's going to make that move right there, clear around that driver. You can see Hollywood here. He's in 4th position. He's got Yeti there in 5th, right behind him. Here's Lando. This is your 3rd position car, 7.5 seconds off the leader. He is 2.3 off 2nd place of Shepard in that 0. And this is your 2nd place car, 5.2 off the leader of Typical. And if all goes well, there should not be any more pits for majority of the drivers. I know a few guys went in early. They're probably having tire issues. So we'll see how that goes for them. As this is stage number 3 from Kansas in the Xfinity cars, this is Ruthless Racing Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for the Anxious Yeti, as he does enjoy when people hits that bell. So make sure you do all that for us, and we'll greatly appreciate it. And your phone will give you a cookie if you subscribe. And no, not a physical cookie. The leader is just kind of doing his thing here. He just has to really cruise. There's 17 laps remaining here, as if all goes well for the 08 car of Typical, he may be able to do the first burnout in Ruthless Racing history here for the win. Curious to see how a burnout will look on here. Wonder if it'll just look like a car lagging, or if it'll look like an actual donut burnout. But as you can see, he is just quite zooming through here. We'll go off the hood of him to hear that engine. We're going to go here for a moment. We're going to do a little Ruthless segment of Crank It Up. So everybody turn up that volume for a hammer, or hear the Crank It Up here for Ruthless Racing Series. Man, that tongue got really tied up there. Alright, so we're going to crank it up. Alright, that's for Crank It Up here at Ruthless Racing Series. I hope y'all enjoy. Got the 19 of Jared, who is now out with the engine issue. And Typical is still your leader up here with a 10.6 second lead over Lando, who is in 2nd. Hollywood has moved himself up to 3rd, and he is 15 seconds back, and from 4th back is all a lap down. So Typical is running away here right now with this Xfinity race at Kansas, as barring any mechanical or fuel issue, Typical is looking rather sound here for a victory. As you can see, there is nobody, and I mean nobody, in that rear view. So we'll see how it goes, as they just keep losing time to the leader here. So I just don't think these cars, they don't have quite what it takes. There's Lando, who is your 2nd position car, and Hollywood's a full flat 4 seconds behind them. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in here. We have just a few remaining Got 10 laps remaining here. In stage number 3. Typical is our leader, Lando, is in second place, but it's down pit road. As now it will bring Hollywood around to be in the leader, or second place, I'm sorry. Typical has a 15.6 second lead now, and climbing. As Lando makes that pit stop there. 2 cars have had some kind of issue this evening. Both Trav Nation and Jared. Ada's Rent House not in the top 5. Animal has had a rather rough evening himself. Crazy Redneck here in the 7. He is running 3rd, a lap down. Shepard was running earlier in 2nd, took a real early. Oh, we got Rex. Rex really. I don't know about that. What has happened here? Still got one around back there. Not really trying to get off the track any. Hopefully we didn't have anybody hunting there. As typical is 16.6 seconds ahead. Most of the field now 2 laps down. And it will bring out the caution. So we do have a caution here. As this will group the field up. Most of the field down laps though. 2 laps from 4th on back. 1 lap for the Crazy Redneck. Might be a 3-car race here. As you can see, Redneck go get that lap back right now. And yeah, this is going to bring out the caution. As here in Ruthless Racing Series, the entire field may get 1 lap. So if you're 2 laps down, you'll still be a lap down. And so hopefully cautions do breed cautions. Hopefully that's not the case here, but nonetheless it's good for TV, right? And so we'll bring you all the action whenever we go back green right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And if anybody watching, please check out that description for a couple deals through our sponsor SKU Car. As we got some people parked waiting for people to come back around. Oh, I believe they're going to let everybody get back on the lead lap here. I was unaware of that being the situation. Alright, so we got some people. We got people pitting now. Okay. So, a little bit of confusion out there. Not quite sure what happened. But we're only looking at about 6-7 laps to go here. So, 5, 6, or 7, depending on whenever we get restarted. At the end of this, we will have the last lap of the race will be for burnouts. As I'm not sure if some of these guys are just not going to pit, I believe. As if we do go by NASCAR rules, everybody that beat them out of the pits will be in the lead. Alright, so we're getting everybody lined back up here. Thanks to everybody who watches, has watched. Please subscribe if you can. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all of our viewers here at Ruthless Racing Series. As hopefully this will be the last restart, as we only have around 5 laps remaining. Okay, so I think we got most of the field back on the lead lap now, and or maybe all the field, I'm not quite sure. But we will be going green this time by, as we only do have 8 in the field now due to 2 cars having some issues. Typical, as we mentioned earlier, not having the greatest of restarts, so we might see this jump out to a 3, maybe even 4 wide ordeal here. So we'll see what kind of carnage ensues as we're going through turn 4 under caution for the final time this time. Typical will be your leader and restarting us off as they come up to the restart zone. Everybody is in position. Going green this time by 3, 2, 1, gas for the field. 8's able to get a jump there as he is the one who counts the field down, so he knows whenever that light's going to turn green, so to speak, as he gets a real good restart this time around, as he took advantage of having that little extra time. It's just a natural advantage for the leader on these manual restarts, as we only got 4 laps remaining here, as the 8 is back out to the usual lead here this evening, as he had to battle Hollywood for stage number 1, had a good door-to-door battle on stage number 2 with Hollywood, but stage number 3 has been mostly his, as 1 goes down in the grass. Man, having a lot of issues back through there. Oh, big wreck in turn 3 and 4 between the 7 and the 0. Oh, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, 4 cars at least caught up in that one. As cautions do breed cautions, as I was afraid that might happen. And we're going to try to just stop it right here, right now. That way we don't waste any more laps. Oh, it has came down to a game caution. Okay. So, if this does not go to overtime, we'll hopefully get to use that burnout, because once you're on the final lap. Alright. Don't think we really thought that one that far through. Puts Lando back on the lead lap, as you got typical Hollywood anxious Stenhouse and Shepard in the top 5. Alright, so we're going to go green, restart one more time here. As you got the 8 in the lead, Yeti in second, going to restart it one more time. This is a game restart, so everybody has got to start at the same time. And that's a good restart there for the 08 to have so much trouble earlier on in the race. Not quite sure how he combated that. 4 wide, here you can see it, 4 wide, 1 off the apron. He's going to make it, clear, clears all the way to the wall, pulls a slide job on 4 or 5 drivers. That's the 11 of Hollywood making that aggressive move. He's coming in hot, he wants that win, as this time by will finish the race, and it's going to be typical at the line, going to be the winner. Hollywood's going to get second, unless they're going all the way through. Could be going all the way through, may not be doing the burnout on the count of it being overtime. And typical is way out there. Oh, big wreck coming out of 2. Huge wreck. That's going to end the race if the caution comes out. Don't believe it did, though. Oh, the race has finished, and that'd be typical as your winner. He did get, I believe he got all 3 stages, so a big race sweep there for typical. And it's typical Hollywood and Shepard finishing in the top 3. Stenhouse in 4th, Crazy Redneck 5th, Lando 6th, Anxious Yeti 7th, Animal in 8th, and DNS for both Jared and Trav. Trav finishing 10th, Jared finishing 9th. And that was Kansas Xfinity here for Ruthless Racing Series on YouTube. Don't go anywhere, as we're going to try to get typical Hollywood and Shepard in here for their interviews. So stick with me as I invite those guys to this party. Okay, see who we got here. I need Hollywood and typical and Shepard. Okay, let's see if we can get Typical in here. I have to go find him. I'll get somebody else to add him once they get in here. Alright. So we got everybody in here, waiting for people to join the party. As we'll see what kind of times we put up today. Go check these fast laps here. Over at Kansas. As you can see, Typical, Hollywood, Shepherd, Anxious, Lando, Stenthouse, all racing an hour race in the top 6 there. And then Animal also in 9th. Then we got Shepherd joining us here in the party.
Hello, hello.
Hey, so finishing 3rd out there, good race for you overall. So what'd you think about it? Anything went wrong? Do you think you could have finished better, or was you surprised with where you finished? Just how'd your day go out there on the track?
It started out hectic. Car was real free. That first run, really didn't have any grip, but I just pretty much just stuck with it. Took a couple of early pit stops as best as I could to, get a lot of track position coming up, and then late stage 3, I decided to pit off sequence with the leaders. Really was gaining some ground. Made some couple of adjustments on pit road. The boys gave me a 14.0 stop, so just stuck it out and just was mustered through it. That's all I can really say.
Hey, well, like I said, I thought you had a good race out there. Honestly, considering you had to start in 10th, getting 3rd. So hopefully you had a good day. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and thanks for racing.
Yeah, anytime. Looking to stay around for a long time. Really enjoyed the energy tonight.
Awesome, that's good to hear. Holly, if you don't mind, will you add Typical? I couldn't find him.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it real quick.
Yeah, Hollywood finished 2nd out there tonight. Had some really good battles in those first 2 stages. Had a real big lead that Typical was able to cut down there in stage 1. So how did your night go overall, Hollywood? Do you think you could have done anything different, or were you surprised with where you finished?
Um, yeah, I just had some setup stuff that kind of held me back in that last stage. I was pretty fast. Stage 1 and 2. Stage 1, I was able to pull away a little bit, and then I kind of just knocked the wall down a couple times, and they caught up to me. And then stage 2, I think me and Typical kind of stayed together almost the whole time. The way the fuel worked out in stage 3, my gearing was a little bit too high, so I was going to have to save to be able to make it to the end. And I pretty much had to start that from the beginning of the stage. And then we got that caution that came back up through the field or whatever at the end right there, and then got a P2 out of it. So yeah, I mean, solid points day, 2nd in every stage. So
Yeah, you and Typical had 1 and 2 locked all evening. But it was really interesting to watch you all take door-to-door racing there in stage number 2. Overall, good race for you there, Hollywood.
Yeah, that stage 2 racing was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really awesome to catch all that action. But hopefully better luck next week. Maybe pull a back-to-back at some point in this season. But without further ado, we have the winner Typical in here, as he is able to take all 3 stages. Big battles, though, in stage 1 and 2 to get those. But real dominant there in stage number 3 on pit strategy and just everything, honestly. So just tell us kind of what happened for you there, Typical. What led to that victory?
Oh, well, stage 1, my bad, dropped my controller. Okay, well, yeah, like I was saying, stage 1, I was battling the car, trying to get used to it again after that qualifying car was way looser. So I was in the wall a couple times, but I was able to fight my way back up to Hollywood after he messed up and hit the wall. Couldn't get off of it. And stage 2, that was a really fun side by side racing. I really enjoyed that. You don't really get a lot of that at Darlington. Darlington. I'm so used to not getting side by side racing at Darlington. My bad. Kansas.
Yeah,
But
it was really awesome to see y'all door to door out there in stage 2. I mean, what'd you think of that, really?
oh yeah, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Glad we could hold on and not really wreck each other. Might have been a error here and there, but good fun. And stage 3, I guess people had to save, and I just pulled away. I didn't really have to say anything. I was good on tires and fuel. I didn't want to see that caution. I was real excited for that burnout, but then that happened.
Yeah, that kind
Yeah,
of
I was
threw it
kind of
right there.
wondering. Yeah, I was kind of wondering how y'all were going to do that with an overtime.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
we'll
was
figure it
really
out for the
unfortunate.
future. But as the winner
Uh,
here on Ruthless Racing, you get a shout out or kind of get to say whatever. So that's your time. Floor's yours.
Yeah, you can subscribe to my YouTube at Typical30. Yeah, that's about it. Good racing, guys. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. You heard that. Go hit up the man's YouTube. Hollywood, racing coordinator for your Ruthless Racing. Do you have anything on the race?
uh, no, I'm good. We're just looking forward to next week at Dover.
Awesome. And Dover will be in
The truck series.
truck series. So, yeah, those trucks are really interesting there at Dover. Some drive like a brick and some slide all over the place. So, we'll see how that works out for everybody as we'll bring you all that action here on Ruthless Racing YouTube channel next Thursday. And as always, please like, comment, subscribe. And that'll be it for Ruthless Racing here at Kansas. Typical your winner and stage 1 and 2 winner. And as always, have a good evening, and we'll catch you next week.